Welcome to Chamrousse for the 5th round of the Uniroyal French Drift Championship. At 1700 meters of altitude, we are well and truly up in the mountains. Behind me, in the valley below, is the town of Grenoble. There were too many people to thank for making this happen. We of course have the municipality of Chamrousse, who have been ultra helpful in assisting us with all our needs, as well as the local organisers. Pierre Grigg, AutoWorks and Ludovic Cliny, just to name a few. The end result is, it's happening, and there is so much to see in this episode. We'll talk to Nicolas Delhomme, who came second in the last round. We'll take a look at the Manji drift style. We'll have a tour of the track from a local driver, and we'll also go over this round's qualifications and battles. First, we should have a look back at last round, Val de Vienne. The 4th round of the Uniroyal French Drift Championship took place in July at the Val de Vienne circuit, organised by Uniroyal and GT Tour. The drivers were super stoked to drive this big circuit, resulting in an epic final with Bulby against Nicolas Delhomme, who span out, as you can see on screen. The spin seems to be as a result of last-minute tyre pressure changes, a mistake, sadly, by the team. In the next run, Benjamin Bourbès was the chaser. He made no mistakes at all and won at Val de Vienne. Staying focused right till the end, it was totally worth it. I'm happy with the result. In the last round, organised by Uniroyal and GT Tour at Val de Vienne, Nicolas Delhomme came second in the round. Next, it's all about his experience. Yep, I should have brought you Benjamin Bourbès, but he won last time and has already been featured. Nicolas, this next bit, it's all about you. With his big smile and laid-back attitude, Nicolas has established his place among the French Drift Championship paddocks. He comes from Nîmes and has been competing since 2009, in the same car which he's grown very fond of. Maybe because it's also 30 years old. My parents say you get better as you get older, and it's the same with cars. Above all, the car just has to feel right. Drift is judged by people. Top priority is the driving and not what's being driven. My car is proof that with a small investment and the willingness to compete, you can achieve results. Nicolas, talk to us about the car. It looks old on the outside, but time has definitely been spent on this E30. So originally, it's an E30 2.3 litre with 150 brake horsepower. Every year, in the struggle to get more power, we've changed that engine. We now have a 3 litre M3 engine with 240 brake horsepower. A huge amount of modifications have been carried out to go with that. Major chassis work has taken place throughout the vehicle, with the main priority being lightning. All the exterior where possible is ABS plastic, and Perspex windows have replaced the heavy glass. The aim has been to lighten it to make up for the lack of power. Behind the wheel of his E30, Nicolas is a force to be reckoned with. Always high up the scoring table, and currently second behind Benjamin Bourbès in the overall rankings for the French Drift Championship. With the drive to do it despite the small amount of money behind him, his successes taste all the sweeter. I quickly learned that I had to make up for my lack of power, so the focus was on suspension and chassis work. I feel it's better to have 240 brake horsepower and finish a race than to have 600 brake horsepower and not finish a race. With this kind of great attitude, Nicolas is liked by all in the paddocks. Friendly, but never losing sight of the end goal. An inspiring driver. Today in Chamrousse, we're going to talk a little bit of Japanese, focusing on the word manji. It's a term for mountain driving. Put simply, it's when you slide rapidly from side to side in a straight line. So when no corners are present for us to drift, we manji. So what is a manji? Here's the explanation. Literally, manjiing is fishtailing. The use of this technique transforms straight lines into rapid transition sections, which allow for some fast moving action. Okay, so the term sounds easy, but once you're in the car, things become more difficult. The driver has to focus heavily on the steering wheel in front of them. The wheel will be turning rapidly, full lock left and then full lock right, in an effort to get the car to slide from side to side. This whole time you've got to be keeping your foot planted to the floor. It's very important to keep your foot to the floor here, because otherwise the tail can slide out and you can lose control of the rear end of the car. Luckily, everyone here knows what they're doing, the rules are in place, safety is paramount. So let's just see what it looks like. Okay, so after several turns we come across the straight line. Now this is where the manji is going to be put into place. On this mountain road it takes a lot of power to try and get the car to slide. Here we are entering the attack zone. Here comes the first left-hander. And we're heading into the manji zone. Here we go. One turn to the right, one turn to the left. Not all drivers can master the manji, but it is vitally important to secure those championship points. Keeping the manji is massively beneficial for the next turn, allowing you to enter at completely the right angle to best take the exit. But this requires a great amount of skill from the drivers in keeping that weight shift from left to right whilst keeping the wheels in the right direction. Yeah, sure, it's a lot of information taken at once, but if you can master it, you're on to a winner. Here we have a unique opportunity for you guys to see what the Chamrousse track looks like aboard this one-off Ford Mustang. Bruno Sabi is giving the tour, a well-known driver who actually just lives down the road. He knows this road like the back of his hand, and he's been racing for 40 years. You're in safe hands. Hey, he's a local guy. I'll tell you what, this is quick. Driving is my life. I've done 42 years of competitive driving. And until now, I didn't know what drift was. Yeah, I've seen pictures thanks to you guys. And I've been following for a little while, keeping an eye on it. And when the opportunity came up to drive, I jumped at it. Because for me, drifting is completely different to anything I've done before. When I was younger, I mean, it was all about rallying, and this is completely new. And I feel what was popular then is what drifting is now. And that's why I want to give it a go. Okay, here we go. Tour of the track with Bruno Sabi at the wheel. Quickly grabs first, second and third in the official French Drift Championship Uniroyal Ford Mustang. Okay, so we're entering the attack zone for the sweeping right and straight into a fast left. No sooner is that over, you're straight into the manji. Bit to the left, bit to the right. It starts to get really steep here at Chamrousse. Straight out of that, you're coming into the end piece, which is the fast right. Lots of angle as Bruno Sabi passes underneath the Uniroyal gateway. And there we go, that's the end. Off the gas. Wow, that was pretty cool. The drivers are now preparing mentally for the qualifying sessions. Each driver has 3 judged runs by judges and telemetry. This decides the battle orders. The layout of the top 32 decides the battle rounds. It's obviously very important to qualify nice and high, but that's going to be extremely difficult here at Chamrousse. We've seen some incredible qualifying runs by all the drivers. The drivers have really taken to the track here at Chamrousse. Nicolas Delhomme especially has put in an incredible performance during his qualifying run. Yvan Buisson, shown on screen now, has also put in an awesome performance. Nicolas Selvin, a local driver, also put in a brilliant performance in his Nissan. The runs are hard on the drivers, but they're doing good. Merrill Morfin, who span out in his BMW, as you can see, but still came in 10th. It's been tough on the drivers, but they're doing good. But hey, Benjamin Boulbes found a way. Romain Soukas took the pole position for the qualifying. I'm really pleased with myself. I've never qualified this high. I hope I can take that through into the battles. I sadly couldn't run yesterday due to mechanical faults on the car. But that allowed me to watch Romain and see how he just took to the track completely, and I'm not surprised by the result. So I'm really happy to be in the top 3 for qualifying. I'm really pleased with the result. It's my first season here in the Uniroyal French Drift Championship. There's so much pressure here to do well, and we're going to do everything we can. So after the amazing qualifying runs we've just seen from the drivers, here today, it's now time for the battles here at Chamrousse. Battles take place with both cars side by side at the start, and then one takes lead, the other chases, then it reverses for a second run. Let's see how it went. Okay, here we have the first battle between Romain Soukas, followed by Jérôme Mignin. On this first run, it's Romain that takes the win with a score of 7 against 3. As well as putting a huge distance between him and the chase car. In the second run of that battle, Jérôme Mignin in the following battle is the leader, and he manages to score 6 against 4. However, it's Romain Soukas who goes through due to Jérôme making a small mistake. During the second battle, we have a spin out on the entrance to the first corner by Yvan Buisson in the black BMW. This results in a scoring of 0. Nicolas Sardin then takes 10 points for that run. In the second run, Nicolas Sardin has a false start, starting well before he should. This is why he's so far ahead. This run was started again. This time they were much closer. Both came out with a score of 5, however despite this equal scoring, because of the mistake in the first, Nicolas Sardin goes through. Here in this battle we have the Mustang versus the S14. Raphael takes the win in this round for having more speed and angle. In the second run, the Mustang once again has more angle, therefore going through to the next battle. The next one was a fantastic battle between our current leader, Antoine Ameur, in the S13, and Nicolas Delhomme in the BMW. Nicolas was so close to Antoine throughout this run. Nicolas took the win in this round with a score of 6 against 4. The whole run ended with such an amazing, sweeping right-hander that they truly were so close. It all ended with a fantastic crossing the finish line. Nicolas was truly in his door. On the second run, Antoine managed to keep so close to Nicolas in the BMW, but sadly during the climb, Nicolas was able to pull on, resulting once again in a 6-4 for Nicolas Delhomme. In this next battle, as you can see, the leader makes a mistake, causing him to straighten up. Really sad to see him make a mistake here, especially after his incredible qualifying run. However, the chaser also made some mistakes, resulting in a 5-5. In the following run, the blue BMW, Julien Stéban, and as you can see, Julien Pesca in the S14 makes a huge mistake, resulting in him straightening up out of the corner, which costs him a scoring of 7-3. Therefore, Jérôme Esteban goes through. Here we have Mike Kaufman in the blue PS13, who very quickly won his run due to his competition spinning out, resulting in a scoring of 10-0. Sadly on the second run, same thing happens, resulting once again in a scoring of 10-0. Sorry Cedric, you're out, but well done Mike for going through. Thierry Dubois, who also won with a scoring of 10-0 against Muriel Morfin, who span out in the entry to the first corner. On the following run, the Toyota of Muriel Morfin takes the corner nice and wide, but no matter, Thierry makes less mistakes and takes the win, with a scoring of 6-4. Benjamin Borbas in the BMW in the E36 is up against Peter Van Wijk in the E46 BMW, who was really fighting to follow Benjamin Borbas through the track. Despite the efforts, Benjamin Borbas takes the win in his run, with a scoring of 10-4. In the second run, it was equal points all round, with an excellent performance from both drivers. 5-5. Benjamin wins his run and goes through to the next battle. In this first battle of the top 8, we find Romain Soukas once again, in the grey BMW, who wins his run 10-0 against Nicolas Sardin, who had to abandon his run due to mechanical problems. The S13's engine literally blew up. The next battle was Rafael Zanotto in the Mustang, who was up against Nicolas Delhomme. The judges give an equal scoring of 5-5 on this run. Both drivers had speed, both drivers had angle. The second run would therefore be decisive. Nicolas Delhomme was leader, with Rafael Zanotto following. Nicolas Delhomme manages to pull a great distance on the Mustang, resulting in a scoring of 6-4 for Nicolas, who goes through to the next battle. Here we have Mike Kaufman versus Jérôme Esteban. Mike Kaufman takes the win in this run with a scoring of 7-3. On the following run, Mike Kaufman seems much faster in the Manji section. As you can see, he's already right up against the back of the BMW. Comes across the finish line, nice and glued to the rear of the BMW. Well done, Mike. Okay, so Benjamin Borbas leading with Thierry Dubois chasing. Two drivers that know each other well. Benjamin, who climbs nice and quickly with no mistakes. Both drivers didn't make any mistakes during this run, resulting in a scoring of 5-5. In the second run, we can already see that Benjamin is right up against the competition. Sadly, he's too quick, resulting in making a mistake. Against Thierry Dubois, he's penalised for this with a scoring of 7-3. Okay, so here's the first semi-final. Romain Soukas in the grey BMW, being chased by Nicolas Delhomme in the black BMW. Nicolas Delhomme makes a mistake during this chase run, resulting in a scoring of 7-3. One man goes through. Nicolas Delhomme is then the leader. Romain Soukas makes a mistake on this run, resulting once again in another 7-3. This ended with equal scoring, allowing for a one more time, which the public always love. You see a small mistake here from Romain, resulting in a 6-4 for Nicolas, who got nice and close towards the end of the run. In the following run, everyone's looking for Nicolas to make a mistake, none are made, giving him another 6-4. He takes the win, through to the next battle. Here's the second semi-final with Mike Kaufman in the blue PS13 and Thierry Dubois in white. However, Thierry makes a small mistake during the Manji section, which costs him the win of this run, giving him a scoring of 7-3. Mike Kaufman takes the win. In the following run, Thierry Dubois climbs easily, with a great Manji full of angle, Thierry Dubois. However, this wasn't enough, so Mike Kaufman goes through to the final. The battle for third place, Romain Soukas and Thierry Dubois. Lots of angle into the Manji. Sadly, Thierry Dubois makes a big mistake through the Manji section. The judges score him 7-3. He really was punished for the mistake. Romain Soukas wins that run. Yeah, here we have the next one. Lots of angle from both drivers, climbing rapidly. I remind you that the chaser has to follow the leader's line and angle. This ends with a scoring of 5-5 for both drivers. However, Romain Soukas takes third position. Now time for the final. for this awesome day and this fantastic weekend. Mike Kaufman takes the lead, with Nicolas Delhomme chasing. Both drivers seem absolutely synchronised. Nicolas Delhomme sadly loses pace with Mike Kaufman, resulting in a scoring of 6-4 for Mike Kaufman. The following run, Nicolas Delhomme pulls on Mike Kaufman through the first bend. Mike Kaufman then finds it hard to follow Nicolas Delhomme through the Manji section, even though Nicolas only has a small engine in the BMW. This results in a scoring of 6-4 for Nicolas Delhomme, meaning an equal scoring for both drivers, and once again, another one more time. So here we go again, Mike Kaufman once again in the lead. Nicolas manages to follow and stays nice and close to Mike. Coming across the finish line nice and close, ending in a 6-4 for Nicolas. Let's see if this is the last climb of this fantastic circuit. Nicolas Delhomme once again takes the advantage here, pulling on Mike. He seems much faster. Once again, Nicolas is awarded 6-4 and takes the win. On the podium we have Roman Sukas in third. Fantastic weekend for him with pole position in qualifying. In second we have Mike Kaufman, and this round's big winner is Nicolas Delhomme. Will we make an impact on this year's championship? I don't know. I'm really happy with the way the runs went, even though on my first run the accelerator cable snapped, and on my second run I made a mistake, on the third I gave it my all. Good times. I think the difference came down to literally how long the accelerator pedal was put to the floor. Passing the clipping points, I didn't have much choice. I had to be put to the floor at all times, so as to make it all work together. In some ways that made things easy, but in other ways it's also a disadvantage. This afternoon I've been up against some fantastic drivers with so much skill and a lot of power, which has made for some awesome battles and has been so much fun to be part of. The curtain falls here at Chamrousse, and the end of the 5th round of the Uniroyal French Drift Championship. Thank you for everyone for coming and for checking it out and seeing what it's about. And thanks also to all the drivers who have put on an amazing show for everyone here. Huge thank you to Chamrousse for having us here and letting it happen. And I hope to come back next year. Bye.